Glad you stayed. My name is Mavis Nanaya Krantima. Now, President John Dramani Mahama has visited the Central Business District of the Adum in Kumasi, Ashanti region to assess the aftermath of the devastating fire that ravaged hundreds of shops. Now, the blaze, which erupted in the early hours of Friday, March 21st, left traders in distress as they scrambled to salvage their goods amid the destruction. During his visit, President Mahama engaged with affected traders, offering his sympathy and assuring them of his support. Speaking to the media, he stressed the urgency of providing assistance to those who have lost their livelihood and called for a thorough investigation into the cause of the fire. He also warned against using fire cylinders in the market centers.
If it's a share and your man say and for stores are ashe na idea your how ye enti nedika meda fire service for us and modern boy omoye ya omwetimi abre ejano anu ase na yewie anu a na yahwe na ema ni si enso ade ba ko a fire for aka kire me ne say ombedru ye no say na ombetimi awure mu etimi akodum jano eno ya ade ba ko a eha omuye na wo hwe a yedwam bebre saa na tie enti eja to mu a say na fire for betimi edru ho etimi edum jano ntem no na abeye ohaw ama omo enti o see if dey we sua nyansa na yehwe yedwa no da ye planning ye say na be ya bibi kosi a na etimi aso anu ntem enti ye ni minister ne edwadifo no ebeka ya ka kire Adum so mbehwe na omumpe emoabi emfa mo omo kakra ye ni chief of staff nso bekasa enti nya Asante regional minister ene ombeka no na ya hwe emo a yebetimi de abo omo se na be ya omo so ombenya yi comfort kakra omo ene ohawa ato omo no se na be ya yebebre anu ase kakra and so senior mekan no say osi yehwe yedwane nyina na yehwe se na ebesiesi nyoma afa se na be ya bibi se sia enkosi sa achina biom yegyina hey ultimate to say explosion be cause wo ho ni na ye gas cylinder se wate ba ko ni na ye gas cylinder se explode ejom eni se ye use gas cylinder e wodwom eni se enu aduane wodwom opese odidi a o se o ko abonte koto aduane bra na onua wo fie na o de aduane no bra e badwom and so gas cooker ne sa nyoma ni na e ka ho e na sa nyoma esi and so ne wo ho ne se mema omo a sa atorenchemi aka omo no mema omo ko se na aban so behwe se ne be ya ye betimi.
The Deputy Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator, Haji Al-Hassan Tapsoba, has also been addressing the media regarding the fire outbreak.
5 a.m. thereabout. We arrived there around 5:15. The issue is the fire service. In fact, they did their best. The main problem is how to get access to where the fire started. You see, had that been a way through, they would have finished their work within 30 minutes. But the people were even disrupting them. Some were looting. We have to go and then be arresting some of them. And the military too came in and then they even helped us a lot. So now, the fire is towards the Roman Hill area, towards the phase 2 of the building. Yeah, so they are still working on it seriously. And still, the fire is still raging. And there are water in the tenders, but still how to get to the main where the fire is our problem right now.
What's causing the access challenge?
The structures, these wooden structures that they built on the railway, that is the major problem that is even causing the fire. You can see when we went upstairs with the minister, still the fire was still raging and there's no access. You can see that there are waters in the tenders, but how to get to the main area is the problem.
Meanwhile, the Ghana National Fire Service has attributed the cause of the fire to an electrical fault. According to its preliminary investigation, DO2 Desmond Aka is Public Relations Officer for the service.
Well, it is early days yet, even though there are speculations that the fire might have erupted as a result of a mishap in the electrical system in the affected four-level structure at Adum PZ. We cannot wholly depend on that. So currently, our investigative team, they are on the ground. As I've already indicated, the chief officer is also there. The motivation is there. The morale is there. They have been provided with some minimum resources to be able to keep them going, because to stand on your feet for more than 8 hours to fight such a hellish fire is no joke. And that is why people should see reason with us and then support us. We understand that when they got there, people wanted to assault them, and not knowing the fact that they were coming from another jurisdiction, which should have even taken them more time to even appear there.
Right.
So it behoves on all of us to also ensure that we advocate for the fire service to be resourced.
To some other stories, and the minority in Parliament has vowed to oppose government's plan to increase the growth and sustainability levy in the 2025 budget. Finance Minister Dr. Kesel Atoforsen announced an increment in the levy from 1% to 3%. However, the Ghana Chamber of Mines has petitioned Parliament Finance Committee to reconsider the proposal hike. Speaking on the floor of Parliament, First Deputy Minority Whip Habib Idrisu declared his side's decision to vote against the increment.
I realize that we'll be sitting on Monday, 24th. But what he failed to do is to, Deputy Leader, Standing Order 6, Decision Day. You need to make provisions for that, because it is not everything on that budget document and the financial bills that you are presented that we are going to support. Some of them we are not in support of it, and we are not going to cooperate with you with regards to that. So there must be provisions for decision day. And if you look at Standing Order 6, it is clear there that you should make provisions for business statements. For instance, this your growth and sustainability levy. It is something we will not support. Definitely, you cannot be taxing people, excessive tax in the mining sector, which is the engine for growth, and you want us to support it. Definitely, there are some of the issues that we are definitely not going to support. And Mr. Speaker, the first issue that I raised, I know that the Majority Chief Whip is giving legal support to the Deputy Majority Leader. But the most important thing is that if you cannot provide us the name of the banks, you said some, even though it's not captured, it is not necessary for the governor to come here to brief us. What the governor should concentrate now is the monetary policy, where he, as the governor, need to be able to work to control the cedi to the dollar, which is about 16 cedi to the dollar today. That is the work of the governor of Bank of Ghana. But not to come and brief us on certain matters that we have settled. So, Mr. Speaker, the Deputy Majority Leader should be guided about that.
Still in Parliament now, the minority is also demanding a full list of all banks and financial institutions that will be included in the Bank of Ghana Governor's briefing to Parliament next Wednesday.
Page 2 of the business statement, the Deputy Majority Leader said, Committee of the Whole, the Governor of Bank of Ghana to brief the House on the circumstances leading to the collapse of the banks and financial institutions from 2013 of the financial institution from 2013 to 2024. Mr. Speaker, I think the Deputy Leader needs to provide us at least the names of the banks. He said some banks. Because, Mr. Speaker, we are all aware that this House Parliament approved for the restructuring of the banks. Subsequently, there was a committee that was set up after a petition from Kobna before. And many of these banks have cases in court. And if we are not careful and we are to entertain such in this House, we will actually be interfering in some work that the court are doing. And I don't think that this House at the moment, we should be entertaining the governor of Bank of Ghana coming to brief us on matters, settled matters, that Parliament itself have reports on matters that are before the courts. That is why I'm saying that if he is saying that to brief the House on the circumstances leading to the collapse of the banks, in what you put in the business statement, there is nothing like some, unless my is different from what you have. Because you said the governor of Bank of Ghana to brief the House on the circumstances leading to the collapse of the banks and other financial institutions from 2013 to 2024. So, Mr. Speaker, I think this part of the business statement is actually is completely unnecessary, and I don't think that we will need that, and we will be interfering in so many things.
You're still watching Marigo News at 6. Up next is Business with Diana Yarira Bobi.
Do you know?
Do you know?
Do you know? Do you